closing.
Alright, what's going on YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Let's talk Adrien the Problem Broner against Amir King Khan. Wow. Okay. Adrien Broner called Khan out. Khan went on Twitter, responded, said he would love to take the fight. Okay. Two guys with big egos. Let them get in the ring and fight, man. Let them get in the ring. I see two outcomes of this fight. I'm not going to make this video long because I want to see if the fight actually happened and I can break it down and all that. This is the way I see the fight going if they were to fight. There's one or two ways that this fight is going to go. If Khan wins the fight, it will be by decision, okay? Khan can, he has the speed, he has the length, okay? He has the combination, the volume. And the volume is the key element in this fight, is volume. Adrien Broner has looked good in his last recent fights, okay? He looked good against Molina. The problem with Broner is his volume is too low, okay? And his power doesn't have the same effect as it did back in lightweight, all right? He just hasn't had a knockout in a long time. He didn't knock out Paulie. He obviously didn't knock out Marcus Maidana. He didn't knock out the other Molina. He didn't knock out, who else was there? Emmanuel Taylor. I mean, he dropped him. It was a good knockdown in the last round, but he didn't stop him. And he didn't stop John Molina. These are 5 fights in a row with no stoppages and one knockdown out of the last 5 fights, okay? Not saying he doesn't have power, but it's not as effective as it once was. Now, the thing is, Khan does not have a great chin, okay? He doesn't. That's facts. So, Broner could hurt him. Broner has a nice left hook. And left hooks is what Amir Khan's definitely don't want to get hit with because that's what knocked him out twice, all right? But the thing is, Broner's volume, man, is just too low. I mean, even with these wins, he's a pretty accurate puncher. Okay, he's a great counter puncher and everything. We just don't get enough volume from him. We get certain points where he'll throw some combinations here and there, but a lot of times in his fights, he's just a pot shouter, and he's just not as effective as a Floyd Mayweather is with it. I just don't think he's the same fighter, and I think guys like Amir Khan, and Amir Khan has improved only mainly because of the fact that he doesn't stay in a pocket as long. He still makes the same mistakes. He's still very easy to hit and counter, okay? Even when he was fighting Devin Alexander, Alexander was still able to catch him with some right hands, okay, while he was in the middle of throwing his combination to Khan. He's throwing combinations. When he punches, his neck is stiff. His head is right there to be hit. There's no reflexes with him. He doesn't move his head. He doesn't duck too much, okay? He's very hittable, okay? You catch him with one good shot, counter him, he's going to be winning, okay? He's going to be winning the fight, just like Danny Garcia. He's winning the fight. He's throwing these combinations. The problem is before, he was throwing 4 or 5 punch combinations as opposed to now where he's a little careful. He hits you a couple times, maybe throw 3 punches, and then he'll escape. But while he's throwing those punches, he's totally wide open. Luckily, Devin Alexander didn't have the power to really hurt him, okay? Does Broner have more than power than Devin Alexander? If he does, it's not much more, right? Because Broner, just since he moved up in weight, he just haven't knocked anybody out. So anyway, this is the way I see it. I'm not going to go too long into it because it's a realistic fight, but I'm not giving a real prediction yet. The two outcomes is Broner by knockout or Khan by decision, okay? It's a great fight because neither one of them fighters is going to lay down. I think Broner has learned somewhat of his mistakes against Marcus Maidana. Okay, I think that humbled him a bit. I know he still talks crazy. I know he's still reckless. He's always going to be that way. But I think somewhat he's smartened up since he fought Maidana. Okay. As far as Amir Khan, I mean, he's improved as because he's not throwing as many punches as before. He's a little bit more careful, but he's still hittable. All right. Can Broner hurt him? That's the question. Can Broner hurt him? If he can hurt Khan, then he has a good chance of knocking them down. Getting those 10-8 rounds, or at least knocking them out and getting a stoppage. It just hasn't happened, and I think guys like Molina, I thought he was going to stop Molina. Okay, I thought he was going to stop Molina. I thought he was going to fight the other Carlos Molina. I thought he was going to be able to stop him too. Paulie never seemed to really be hurt against him. Paulie's a tough dude anyway. Paulie's a tough guy. He doesn't hit hard, but he's a tough fighter. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that's the way I see the fight going. Broner by KO or Khan by decision. I don't know who I would pick. I'm leaning more towards Khan, though. I'll tell you that. I think Khan is just overall the better boxer in there between the two. But I would love to see the fight. That means Broner will go back to 147. If he goes up, does he want to stay there? Does he want to stay at 147? He could go up there, fight him at 147, and come back down. Hopefully there's no catch weight. There's no catch weight necessary because Khan has been fighting at 147 now for the last couple of fights. And Broner has fought at the weight before. And Broner has a hard time reaching 140, okay? He made the 141 the last fight. But still, that was like kind of fighting at a catch weight because it was in a contract that he could come in weighing 141 instead of 140. Okay, so and he blows up in between fights anyway. So weight shouldn't be an issue. We should be able to get the fight at 147, and it should be a good fight. It should be, whoever win or lose, it should be a good fight. It should be a good fight. All right, so I love the fight, and I hope it happens. But I would like to still see Broner. Like I said before, I don't think it would happen. I would like to see Broner fight the winner of Provatnikov or Matisse. I still want to see him fight Danny Garcia. I know he won't fight Lamont Peterson. Danny needs to go up to 147, though. If they fight, they should fight at 147 because I'm kind of tired of Danny just holding on to the belt. And then you have Terrence Crawford at 140. If he beats Delorme, I would love to see the Broner Terrence Crawford fight as well. So it's a lot of possibilities there for Broner. And this is a great one, the Khan fight, okay? We want to see the Khan-Kell Brook fight, though. I do want to see that over any other fight. Khan and Kell Brook, I want that to fight. I want that fight to happen, without a doubt. But, it kind of has a lot of options out there, man. But the Broner fight is great, too. So, anyway, let me know what you guys think, and make sure you hit subscribe.